I'm too young to actually remember the Goons. They were a radio show. Spike Milligan, Peter Sellers and Harry Seacombe. And it was a very funny show on the radio. One of the funniest ones was whenever the character asked Eccles, Peter Sellers asking Spike Milligan, Eccles, what time is it? And Eccles says, hold on, I've got it written down. He says, how do you have it written down? Well, this morning at the train station I asked this man what the time was, and I asked him to write it down for me. But Eccles, how do you know that's the time now? I've got it written down. And the sketch goes on a bit longer than that. But the idea that if I've got it written down, therefore that's the time. And if someone asks me the time and it's not the same as what's written down, I don't tell them. It's complex, but it's funny. And it made me think, because Eccles had the time written down, what mattered was when that was written down. And people say, a broken clock is correct 2 times a day. And it dawned on me that whenever you argue a theological point with someone and you say, why do you believe that? Why is that your belief? The answer is, I've got it written down. And basically that is it, because if you're referring to something written down, the question then is, when was that written down? And the context of when it was written down, the time, is important because time changes. For me, it's as daft as the idea of Eccles saying, I've got the time written down. It's only correct at that time. And just saying it's written down doesn't cut it. Because if you just say what's written down, you would never have abolished slavery. You would never have given voting rights to women. And you would still be against the idea of LGBT rights because it's written down, even though it's not really written down the way you think it is. But that's your argument. I've got it written down. It requires a bit more than that, a bit more intelligence to go beyond what's written down and recognise what is written, why it was written, and when it was written. Follow me for more.